They meet again for the third straight year. The Mid-Buchanan Dragons and Penney Hornets will face off in the postseason. Good afternoon from Hamilton, Missouri. I'm Nick McCutcheon along with Jimmy Taylor on the Mid-Buchanan Dragon Sports Network for this Missouri Class 1 quarterfinal. What's becoming a budding rivalry. We'll see another chapter here today as not only the third consecutive postseason meeting or the third straight year that these teams have met in the postseason. It'll also be the sixth time in the last 3 years that these conference rivals have faced off. Mid-Buchanan has actually won the last 4 in the series. If they can pick up a fifth straight here today, then they will make their third consecutive trip to the state semifinals. As previously mentioned, these two teams met earlier in the regular season. Back on October 2nd, that game played in Fawcett. It was a close game for just a little bit. It was 7-6 in the first quarter before Mid-Buchanan scored 56 unanswered points. Went on to win that game 63-7. Again, the Dragons have won 4 straight in the series, and two programs that the tides have turned a little bit for these programs. Mid-Buchanan comes into this ballgame 11-0. They went 6-0, won their first ever KCI conference title this year. Penney comes in 8-3 technically, although they do have a forfeit win. So you could say 9-3 if you wanted to, but then you could say 12-0 for Mid-Buchanan too. But we'll go with 8-3 for the Hornets, 5-2 in the KCI. Mid-Buchanan won Class 1 District 8 last week, defeating Mid-Buchanan 35-0. And for Hamilton, it was a win over Princeton 10-6 last week that gave them the District 7 championship. Two teams that have much different styles. This Mid-Buchanan Dragon team, a powerful offense that goes along with a very, very good defense. Dragons will come into this game averaging 474 yards per game. They're scoring 54.3 points per game and giving up just 7. Only one team all season has scored more than one touchdown against the Dragons. That was East Buchanan in the regular season. A couple of those scores came late when Mid-Buc had some of their reserve defensive players in. So this Dragon defense, extremely difficult to score on. And on the flip side, this offense can score and score in bunches. So again, the Dragons 11-0 coming into this one. On the flip side, this Hamilton team, well, they want to keep it on the ground. They're mainly going to go with Sawyer Morrow. He comes into this game 227 carries, over 1,900 yards, 21 touchdowns for Sawyer Morrow on the season. Their quarterback, Tucker Ross, not a bad ball carrier himself, 184 carries for over 1,000 yards and 11 touchdowns on the ground for the quarterback, Tucker Ross. But again, this offense, they want to keep the ball on the ground. They've carried it almost 500 times this season and have thrown it less than 100. So this Dragon coaching staff knows what they're going to see against this Hamilton offense. They have faced them already this season. Came out, and we are about ready for the kickoff here in this quarterfinal. Mid-Buchanan looking to get to the semis for the third straight season. And they will receive the opening kickoff here as Sawyer Morrow about to get the ball from the referee. He's not only their star running back, he's their kicker, he's their punter. He does it all for the Hornets. About a minute away from kickoff here from Hamilton. Dragons will send Xavier Arumbala and TJ Runyon back deep for this kickoff on a cool day from Hamilton. Little bit of a breeze, we don't really have any flags to judge exactly where it's coming from, but I think it's blowing across the field. Seems to be blowing right into my face. Jimmy looks at me, he says, yeah, his hair's flopping in the wind here. So as is the case in all of these high school games, a lot of build-up before kickoff, and then we stand around and wait. I think the teams were ready to go when there was about 12 minutes left on the clock, and Jimmy and I were looking at each other like, these guys are liable to run out here and start playing football before the officials say let's go. Morrow set to kick it off to either Xavier Arumbala or TJ Runyon. Rollins Brandt there, along with Caden Anderson and Butch Walters and Blake Hunter if the kick were to go short. Ball is set. The whistle has been blown. And here we go. Morrow's kick will squib along the ground, and Arumbala will watch it go out of bounds at about the 15-yard line. So Hamilton opening kickoff will go out of bounds. Flag thrown on that as it's officially a penalty. The ball will be placed on the 35-yard line. So great opening field position for the Dragons here, who had a streak busted last week in the district championship game. They had scored on the opening drive of every game this season until last week when East Buchanan was actually able to stop them on their first couple of drives, but then the Dragons got going from that point on. Javen Noyes going to hand it off to TJ Runyon. He'll step it off for about 5-yard gain, give him 6 across the 40 to the 41 on first down. And set up 2nd and 4 here for the Dragons from the 41. Noyes hands it off to Runyon again, looking for room to the left side, nowhere going. As over there to make the tackle is Tucker Ross along with Fisher Nixdorf. A loss of 2. You don't see many negative plays for this Dragon offense, but that play got going a little slow. Noyes going to keep it himself. He's got room. Great block from TJ Runyon. Here goes Javen Noyes. He's across the 50, going to get to the 45-yard line, and that is a first down for Javen Noyes. And on the season, Javen now, with that carry, is over 1,000 rushing yards on the season. He came in needing just 4 yards, got plenty there. Give to Runyon this time, and he's tripped up. Give him a no gain on the play. At that time, I don't think anybody really got Runyon. I think he just kind of tripped over one of his offensive linemen. 2nd and 10 here for Mid-Buck. Noyes going to keep it himself. He's got a hole. Can't get around the tackle of Corbin Henderson, though, but does pick up 5 on 2nd down. It'll be 3rd and 5 for the Dragons, who want to go up-tempo here. Javen Noyes takes the snap, going to look to throw. He's got Caden Bailey wide open just across the sticks, and that'll be a first down. There on the tackle for Hamilton is Lawson Park. Caden Bailey, it would be his 21st reception of the season and a first down for Mid-Buchanan. Noyes looking to run, gets a block from Ellison, cuts inside, going to be drugged down by Tucker Ross. Looks like he picked up about 8 on the carry. So you have a 2nd down and 2 here for Mid-Buchanan from the 26. The Dragons pretty much keeping it on the ground here in their opening drive. Just 1 pass attempt. It was a completion to Caden Bailey. Noyes going to keep this one himself. Everything going left. Tries to cut it out to the sideline. Doesn't quite get there, but he'll be forced out of bounds. Gain of about 4 on the play. And he's going to pick up another first down for the Dragons. So much like we saw last week against East Buchanan, Dragons keeping it on the ground early on here against Hamilton. Have ran exclusively to the right, the left. And where this play is going to be blown dead before it starts. I think somebody jumped a little early for the Dragons. There's a procedure penalty on Mid-Buchanan. Back him up 5 yards, and it'll be 1st and 15 from the 27. It's been just almost all Javen Noyes and TJ Runyon here on this opening drive, other than the 1 pass to Caden Bailey. Rollins, Brandt, and TJ Runyon lined up on either side of Javen Noyes. Noyes checks and lets his offensive line know what the play is. A handoff to Rollins Brandt. He cuts it up the middle, going to be tackled for a modest gain by Fisher Nixdorf. Brandt got across the 25, ball spotted at the 24. It's going to be 1st and 12, so he didn't get all the yardage back from that procedure penalty. It's actually 2nd down. Noise keeping this one himself, bounces it outside. He's going to pick up a couple of yards. Make this 3rd down slightly more manageable, but it'll be 3rd and 9 for Mid-Buchanan from the 21-yard line. Runyon in the backfield with Noise. Noise takes a snap, looking left. Now he rolls right, looking to his right, and he's going to be sacked. Andrew Rich with the sack of Javen Noise on 3rd and 9. Boy, something you do not see often. Noise has not been sacked much at all this season, but Andrew Rich, 6'2", 210-pound junior, drags Noise back, and Dragon's going to go for it here. 4th and 17 from the 30. Noise flush from the pocket, looks right, fires it off to Blake Hunter. He can't come down with it. It's going to be a turnover on downs here for Mid-Buchanan in their opening drive of the game. Boy, a promising drive. They had great field position, started at their own 35, got it down into the red zone, but a penalty kind of derailed that drive for the Dragons. Their 68th penalty on the season. They're averaging about 6 a game, and it was just a 5-yarder, but it backed them up enough that it changed the offense, and then they had to look to pass and got sacked behind the sticks, went for it on 4th and 17 and turnover on down. So here we'll see Hamilton and this run-first offense, and there he is. Sawyer Morrow on the give, got a big hole up the middle. T.J. Runyon will drag him down. It's about an 8-yard gain on 1st down for Morrow. Spot the ball at the 38. It'll be 2nd and 2 for Hamilton right off the bat. Morrow had the touchdown run when these two teams met in the regular season, but that was really all they did in that game offensively. Morrow ended up under 100 yards rushing after a long carry on that touchdown. There's another give to Morrow. He's going to get just across the 40, and we'll pick up the 1st down for Hamilton here on 2nd down. So 2 carries for Sawyer Morrow and 11 yards so far. Tucker Ross, the quarterback for Hamilton, a threat to run as well. This offense mainly features those two you see in the backfield right now, and here he goes. Ross going to keep it himself, gets a little room off to the left side. Wade Stanton, the first man there, and Butch Walters in to finish him off. 4-yard carry for Tucker Ross on 1st down. Be 2nd and 6 from the 46. Dragons on their drive, pretty much all T.J. Runyon and Javen Noise. So far from Hamilton on their first few plays, all Sawyer Morrow and Tucker Ross, as we expected. Morrow lined up behind Ross. High snap, give it in there, into the backfield is Joel Kiger to bring down Sawyer Morrow for a loss. A loss of about 2. Back to the 44-yard line, and now it'll be 3rd and 8 for Penney. Kiger able to get good penetration into the Hamilton backfield that time. It drags Sawyer Morrow down for a loss. See Wade Stanton on that defensive line. His playing time picked up last week, and now Hamilton got Joel to jump across. Kiger jumps across. It'll be offsides on Big Joel. And as always, when you jump on this football team, you get replaced. Joel will go to the sideline, stand by himself for a little bit, as now Chase Davidson will step in for Kiger along the defensive line. It'll be 3rd and 3 here for Hamilton from their own 49. Ross going to hand it off to Morrow. Gets a little room across the right side where he's drugged down by Lane Ellison, but not before Morrow can pick up the 1st down. Gets it across midfield. Ball spotted at the Mid-Buchanan 47-yard line now. Well, Hamilton doing exactly what they've done all season, keeping it on the ground with their main two guys, Ross and Morrow. Ross waits for this first down. High snap, going to keep it himself. He had a good hole up the middle, and he's going to pick up about, give him 10. They're going to call it a first down. A high snap there to Tucker Ross, but he had a seam up the middle, took it, and moves the sticks for the Hornets down to the 37-yard line now of the Dragons. 5:35 to go. First quarter, no score here in this quarterfinal. Ross gives it to Morrow, sweeping to the right. He's going to be tackled for about a 4-yard gain. In there on the tackle was Cage Burns, along with Creed Webster. Going to spot the ball at the 34. It'll be 2nd and 6 here for Hamilton. Almost all Sawyer Morrow here on the first drive for Hamilton. Well, it looked like Penney jumped that time. Ross going to keep it himself, kind of picking through towards that right side. Going to be stopped a little bit short of the first down. Kiger in there, as well as Javen Noyes. Rollins Brandt in on the stop as well. We're seeing this Hamilton team so far doing a really good job of spreading these Mid-Buchanan defenders out, creating seams, not allowing them to get off blocks. It's going to be 3rd and about 2. 3rd and a short 2 here from the 29 of Mid-Buchanan. High snap again. Morrow gets it, plenty of room. He's got the first down before he's flung down by Creed Webster. Morrow another first down. Hamilton doing well on 3rd down here in this opening drive. As we've said all season long, this Mid-Buchanan team, very impressive on paper. They're probably not going to scare a whole lot of people getting off the bus, though. This Hamilton offensive line doing a good job early on against the Dragons defensive front. Ross going to keep this one himself. He's got a big hole. TJ Runyon is there to make the tackle inside the 15-yard line. Probably a touchdown saving tackle from TJ. Caden Bailey in there as well. Ross calls his own number. And he has got the Hornets inside the 15-yard line. 3.5 to go here in the first quarter. Hamilton, pretty much the same formation every time they walk up there. Sometimes Morrow will be to one side of his quarterback, Ross, sometimes behind him. Almost got the Dragons to jump again. Another high snap. Ross has got plenty of room, makes a cut inside, reaches the ball across, and has a touchdown for Hamilton. The Hornets get on the board first here in this quarterfinal action as Tucker Ross takes it in from 15 yards out. And Hamilton jumps on top 6-0. So the turnover on downs by the Dragons in their opening game, or their opening possession. And Hamilton takes it down and punches it in for 6. Sawyer Morrow on for the PAT here. We'll try to make it a 7-0 ball game. High snap, but Morrow pokes it through. Kick is good. It is 7-0 Hamilton here. We'll step away and have the kickoff for you when we come back on the Mid-Buchanan Dragons Sports Network. .316 to go here in the first quarter as Hamilton has jumped out to a 7-0 lead on Mid-Buchanan. Tucker Ross taking it in on a quarterback keeper from about 15 yards out. Dragons took the opening kickoff, got down to the red zone, but had that drive stall out and turned it over on downs. Hamilton took it back, and all Sawyer Morrow and Tucker Ross all on the ground. They take it down the field and jump out to a 7-0 lead in this ball game. Butch Walters fields a low drive, and Butch has got some room. Here he goes. He's going to be drugged down across the 45-yard line. In on the stop there, I believe it was Nate Wyckoff. But Butch, that kickoff surprised him a little bit. Did not field it cleanly initially, but picked it up and had some room to run. So good field position once again here for the Dragons. This time they'll start at their own 47-yard line. Runyon in the backfield along with Javen Noyes. Blake Hunter split wide by himself over here on the near side. Noyes going to look to pass, gets it off to Rollins Brandt. He's got some room, gets a great block from TJ Runyon, and he will be drugged down. I believe he picked up the first down. They're going to mark him just shy, so 9 yards on the screen pass from Javen Noyes to Rollins Brandt. 2nd and 1. Noyes going to keep it himself, and it squirts through there, and end up picking up about 6 on the carry. That'll be a first down for Mid-Buchanan. 7-0 as we're flying solo here today. We'll get that score updated for you here in a second. Noyes going to fire to Brandt to the right side this time. Slips through one tackle but can't get through the tackle of Tucker Ross. And he will be flung down for a gain of, we'll give him, probably going to say no gain on that. It'll be 2nd and 10. Ball spotted at the 38-yard line of Hamilton. So Mid-Buchanan looking for an answer here. About 2 minutes to go in the first quarter. TJ Runyon to Javen Noyes' right. Rollins Brandt to his left. Noyes claps, gives it to Runyon. Boy, Tucker Ross got great penetration, but here goes TJ. And he will be stopped by Sawyer Morrow. Pickup of about 7 or 8 on the carry. Boy, it looked like TJ was going to have a long ways to go there, but Sawyer Morrow stops him short. Just going to give him 6 yards on the carry. 3rd and 4. Same formation. Noyes looks to the sideline for the play here. And that wind is howling here. Noyes going to keep it himself. He's going to be drugged down from behind. Tries to push the pile forward. Does manage to get back to the line of scrimmage, but this Hamilton defense doing a great job so far, getting strung out. There hadn't been a whole lot off tackle for the Dragons, and once again, everything has went to the left in this game, other than the one pass they had to Rollins Brandt that went for no gain. And here it's 4th and 4. Dragons going to go for it on 4th down again. They're at the 32 of Hamilton. Noyes looking, got Rollins Brandt wide open. Throws it up and it's tipped away. Brandt can't come down with it. Boy, Rollins was streaking wide open, and Javen waited just a little too long to get rid of that football and allowed the defense to get back to Rollins Brandt. Initially, he was wide open. Blake Hunter was over there and looked to be open as well. But another turnover on downs for Mid-Buchanan. 1:07 to go here in the first quarter. Hamilton will take over, leading 7-0. 1st and 10 from their 32. Tucker Ross waits the snap, give to Morrow. Stopped immediately, stopped dead in his tracks. Lane Ellison there gets off his block on the end. TJ Runyon in to finish him off. And boy, all season long we've seen that from this defense. Lane Ellison and Rollins Brandt on the other end have done a tremendous job all season long. When this defense really needs a stop, they are there. Ellison stops Morrow. They're actually going to say a loss of 1. So 2nd 11 from the 31. The clock is winding down on this first quarter of play. Ross going to keep this one himself and nowhere to go. That entire Dragon defense converging. Wade Stanton there along with Cage Burns. I think Burns was the first one in from his linebacker spot. Actually going to give him a gain of 2 yards, but it'll be 3rd and 9 here. I think Hamilton's going to let the clock run down on the first quarter as they will come to the sidelines. So end of one quarter from Hamilton, Missouri. The Penney Hornets lead Mid-Buchanan 7-0 on the Mid-Buchanan Dragon Sports Network. Well, back in Hamilton, we begin the second quarter. It'll be 3rd and 9 for Penney from their own 33. They lead this ball game 7-0. Mid-Buchanan is driven deep into Hamilton territory twice, but has not been able, ended up turning it over on downs both times. Another give to Morrow. And he's going to be well short of the first down here. And Hamilton looks like they will punt here on their second drive. So a good job by this Mid-Buchanan defense this time around to stuff Hamilton and get the ball right back. Morrow will punt. Caden Anderson is back deep for the Dragons. A windy day for this state quarterfinal. Probably hear it howling in the microphone here as it's blowing right in on our face. Morrow takes the snap cleanly. End over end punt. Going to go to Anderson's right and take a good Hamilton bounce as it will roll inside the 15-yard line. Anderson had no chance at being able to field that punt. Mid-Buchanan's third drive of the game will come early here in the second quarter. The ball will be spotted at their own 13-yard line. So the Dragon offense has been going all right. They just have not been able to get into the end zone. We apologize. It is 7-0 in the second quarter here. It's for some reason the score not updating. It's good on our computer, but not sure if you're seeing the same thing we are. Rollins-Brand on a sweep here. It'll be drugged down from behind. Fisher Nixdorf in there along with Jared Potts. Going to be a gain of 2 up to the 15-yard line. It'll be 2nd and 8 for Mid-Buchanan. So this high-flying offense that the Dragons have had all season long, even when they have moved the ball, they've not had too many big plays. I think a 12-yard gain has been the biggest play of the game so far for Mid-Buchanan. Just a throw to TJ Runyon. He's got a little bit of room to his right, stretches across, comes up just shy of the 20. It's going to be 3rd down here for Mid-Buchanan. Runyon on the catch, picks up a few, and it'll be 3rd and 4 from the 20. Dragons need to convert this one. Trail 7-0. Early second quarter. A long time for this play to get in. Time ticking down on the play clock, and Coach Fritz going to call timeout here. I think that was intentional. They were trying to figure out what they wanted to do there and let a little time come off the clock and call the timeout there. I'm going to take a second to thank our sponsors this year on the Mid-Buchanan Dragon Sports Network: Wheeler's Drywall, Ellison Oxford Architects, Farmers Insurance Agent Christy Anderson, Jay's Convenience Store, Agency Concrete Construction, and Shelter Insurance, John Anderson. Thank you so much to those sponsors this year on the Mid-Buchanan Dragon Sports Networks. We are proud to bring you these games. Mid-Buchanan keeps on rolling, but in a spot they have not been in this season. They trail here 7-0. There's 9:49 to go before halftime. They're faced with a 3rd and 4 at their own 20-yard line. Be Lane Ellison wide left, Blake Hunter in the slot, Rollins Brandt and Caden Bailey to the right, TJ Runyon in the backfield along with Javen Noyes. No tight ends. Noyes takes the snap, rolls left, going to cut inside, might have a chance to get the first down. Made a great move around side, TJ Runyon, and picks up the first down. A huge play there from Javen Noyes. He keeps it himself, and it will be a stopped him a little short of a 25-yard gain. Going to give him 23 up to the 43-yard line, Mid-Buchanan. A huge conversion there for the Dragons on 3rd down, and their biggest play of the game by far. See if this Dragon offense can get it going now. Noyes takes the snap, going to keep it himself. Great fake, but the left side of that Hamilton defense was not fooled at all. I think that was Silas Portero in there on the tackle. No gain for Javen Noyes. They faked it to TJ to the left, and he had lots of room. Javen kept it himself to the right. Nothing there. Javen, big gap up the middle. Going to keep it himself and get across midfield. Dragged down by Portero again. Sawyer Morrow in there as well. This will set up a 3rd and about 2 from the Hamilton 49. So I don't think there's a whole lot. What the Dragons are wanting to do initially has not been there. This Hamilton defense doing a great job here so far. That's a defense that came in. They've given up some points. A 3rd and 2 from the 49. Noyes going to keep it himself. He's going to push the pile across and pick up the first down. Boy, great push up the middle by Ethan Trosper for Hamilton. They pushed the interior of that Mid-Buchanan offensive line back initially, but the Dragons able to get it going. Noyes squirts through and picks up the first down from the Hamilton 46. Noyes the give to Runyon. Boy, Ross was in the backfield before the ball was even handed off, and he gets a tackle for loss. They drag Runyon back at the 49 of Mid-Buchanan. A big loss there. Ross read that play well. Nobody there to block him, and he was in the backfield at the mesh point. Drags TJ Runyon down, a 5-yard loss. It'll be 2nd and 15 from the Mid-Buchanan 49. Boy, a couple of big negative plays in this game. Javen Noyes was sacked on the opening drive. Now Noyes going to look to pass. Lots of time. Rolling to his right. Going to keep it now. He's got room. Going to get across. Going to get those yards that they lost back. Not a whole lot more than that. Probably looking at a 3rd and 7, maybe a 3rd and 8. Yeah, they're going to spot him out at the 45-yard line. They need to get to the 36. So it'll be 3rd and 9 here from the 45 of Hamilton. Another 3rd down. 3rd and 9. Noyes takes the snap, rolls to his left, looking, got Blake Hunter open deep downfield, throws it and fires and hits Blake Hunter inside the 15-yard line. From the 45, they get a pass to Blake Hunter all the way down to the 13. Mid-Buchanan with a huge pass play on 3rd down, and they are inside the red zone. Mid-Buchanan looking to go tempo here after the big play. Boy, Javen going to keep it himself, gets by one man, pushed out of bounds. I think he picked up a yard on that. Man, that was a tough throw by Javen Noyes on third down. He was getting hit as he delivered the football. Timing not quite there on that play either, but got it to his man, got Blake Hunter, and it'll be 2nd and 9 from the Hamilton 12. Hornets lead this one 7-0, 7:15 to go before halftime. Low snap, give to Runyon. He's got room up the middle. Here goes TJ. And they'll be driven back just shy of the goal line. Sawyer Morrow there to clean him up. I think Berthero got him around the ankles early on. Going to spot this ball at about the, looks like the 3 from here. No, it is the 2-yard line. First and goal from the 2. Mid-Buchanan looking to tie this one up. Runyon going to keep it himself. He's got room, and he's in. Mid-Buchanan on the board with 6:44 to go before half. Runyon showing his senior leadership on that drive. They converted several third downs. Had a 3rd and 9 from the 45 and threw a pass down to the 13. And they need a kicker out there. They need a ball. It's actually what they need. Coach Fritz gets it into Caden Anderson, the holder. Or I guess it was the T. The ball's out there. Leighton Starks, the seconds kicking down here for him to be able to get this PAT off to tie this game up. High snap. They get it down. Starks fires it through, and we are tied. Javen Noyes takes it in from 2 yards out. And it's 7-all here with 6:44 to go in the first half on the Mid-Buchanan Sports Network. Well, maybe the key for the Dragons here is to start with bad field position. Their first 2 drives of the game, they had great field position and ended up turning it over on downs deep in Hamilton territory. They started that drive from inside their own 15-yard line and take it all the way down for the touchdown. And this game is tied 7-all with 6:44 to go in the half. The kickoff kind of pooch kick there, and Potts was late to jump on it. That's a live ball. Boy, Mid-Buchanan had a chance to pick up that football, but Potts comes up with it. It'll be at the 34 where Hamilton will take over. They were able to get a touchdown on their opening drive. Looked great on that opening drive of the football game. The Mid-Buchanan defense stepped it up on Hamilton's second drive, forced them into a 3-and-out. And here the Hamilton offense will take over. 1st and 10 from their 34-yard line in a tie ball game. Tucker Ross going to hand it off to Sawyer Morrow. Nowhere to go initially, but Morrow will push the pile across for a gain of 2. This wind is wreaking havoc on us up here. Papers are blowing around everywhere. Thank you, sir. Cage Burns in on the tackle along with some other Dragons. Again, we apologize that the score bug is not updated. We're doing everything we can up here, and for some reason it's just not showing up for you. But 7-all with 6 to go in the second quarter. Give it is to Morrow. He's got plenty of room around that left side. He's going to be drugged down. Looks like right at the sticks. They'll give him a first down at the 44-yard line. It has been all Sawyer Morrow and Tucker Ross in this ball game. No other Penney Hornet has touched the football yet in this game, and we're closing in on halftime. I take that back. I guess Potts touched the ball on the kickoff there, so Ross takes this snap, a little wobbly off to his right side. He's going to keep it himself. He's got a hole up the middle. Javen Noyes can't bring him down, but Caden Bailey will. As Tucker Ross gets it across midfield and into Mid-Buchanan territory, he'll be tackled at the 40. First down for Hamilton. Again, this Hornet offensive line doing a great job creating holes for Ross and Morrow. Seen this Mid-Buchanan defense all season long just live in the opponent's backfields, but not doing it here today. Ross going to keep this one himself. Patient run. Nowhere really to go as Brandt and Creed Webster are in there. They will give him a gain of 4. Man, didn't look like there was that much there, but Ross just kept the feet churning. Gets a gain of 4 to the 36-yard line. 2nd and 6 for Hamilton at the Mid-Buchanan 36. So that same formation with Morrow behind. Ross, give is to Morrow. Huge hole. Busts it up through the middle. Breaks a couple of tackles. Now the Dragons will converge. Another first down for Sawyer Morrow as he gets inside the 25, gets it up to the 23-yard line. There's just been holes for these Hornet runners throughout the first half of this football game. And Mid-Buchanan not making tackles when they get a man on the runner. First man's usually not bringing him down. A lot of yards after contact as well. Ross going to pitch this one out tomorrow. Cuts it inside to Rollins Brandt. Brandt recovers. Tackles him alongside Webster. Or excuse me, Cage Burns. Cage has been active here in the first half. Gain down to the 16-yard line. It'll be 2nd and 4 for Hamilton right there. Looking to jump back on top. They scored on their opening possession to take a 7-0 lead. Mid-Buchanan just answered to tie it up 7-all. Hamilton threatening here again. Another snap off to Ross's right. Give to Morrow. He's got plenty of room once again. And we will see. Cage Burns in on the tackle again. Javen Noyes over there as well. And we've got the side judge threw a late flag there. Got to believe this is probably going to be on the defense with where it was thrown and the timing. But, boy, it didn't look like I saw a face mask or anything in there. But certainly in the area where you would think that would be about the only thing it could be. And we're going to get this unsportsmanlike against Mid-Buchanan. So the run got them down to about the 10. And now the ball's going to be spotted at 5. Automatic first down. Hamilton in great position here to jump back ahead. The Hornets come to the line. Some wind howling in Hamilton, Missouri today. There's Corbin Henderson with the carry. Jumps outside. Oh, man, made a great cut back inside, but Dragons are going to stop him just shy of the goal line. It's for the first time in this football game, someone with a name other than Tucker Ross or Sawyer Morrow touches the football as Corbin Henderson gets it. Came into this game with 46 carries for 317 yards and 3 touchdowns. And Henderson's still in there. Morrow's out of this ball game right now. Sawyer Morrow, his second play out. Hamilton with the ball on the 1. They will hand it off to Henderson, and he will get in for the touchdown. A 1-yard touchdown carry for Corbin Henderson. His 4th touchdown of the season. And Morrow appears to be okay as he will come back out here to attempt this PAT, and Hamilton takes a 13-7 lead on the Dragons. After that 3-and-out on their last drive, Hamilton got it going again. Morrow and Ross down the field again. Last two plays to Corbin Henderson. Morrow's PAT is up, and it is good. 2:23 to go before halftime, and Hamilton leads Mid-Buchanan 14-7 here in this Missouri Class 1 quarterfinal. Well, Sawyer Morrow will get ready to kick off here for Hamilton as they lead Mid-Buchanan 14-7. 2:23 to go here before halftime. It'll be Leighton Starks and Xavier Rumbala back deep for the Dragons. So far, Hamilton's kicks, the last one was both on the ground. The last one ended up going to one of the up men, Butch Walters. Morrow puts some air under this one. It'll get over a Rumbala's head and into the end zone for a touchback. So Mid-Buck down once again in this football game. They have not trailed much this season, but have had two 7-point deficits so far in this one. Hamilton scored first. Mid-Buchanan turned it over on downs on their ensuing drive. Forced a 3 and out, then got the football back and went down and tied the game at 7-all, but Hamilton just completed another touchdown drive to go back up 14-7. 5 wide receivers for the Dragons. Noyes looking to his left, finds Rollins Brandt. He's going to get around to the sideline, be pushed out of bounds there by Nate Wyckoff. Give him a gain of about 4 to the 24. It'll be 2nd and 6. I don't know if it's the wind or just where we are situated here, but you can hear about everything that the Mid-Buchanan coaches are saying across that field. And I heard Coach Fritz before the kickoff saying, we're going to air it out here, boys. And there's a quick pass to Caden Bailey as they're doing exactly what Coach Fritz announced to the entire town of Hamilton before the kickoff that they were going to do. That pass to Bailey up to the 30 gives Mid-Buchanan a first down. 5 wide again, 3 receivers to the right, 2 to Noyes' left. Pressure coming, Noyes rolling to his right, gonna fire it away. Diving over there on the sideline was Lane Ellison. If he could have caught it, it would have been a first down, but I think Noyes really just kind of trying to get rid of that football and avoid the second sack of the game for Hamilton. The pressure was coming there from Silas Prothero. So Javen does a good job not to take the loss. I tell you, if they can give Javen time, these Mid-Buchanan receivers are getting open. So I like the approach to start going through the air a little bit here. Lots of time for Javen here. Somebody rushing in on his face at the last minute, fires it for Blake Hunter, and there's a flag on the field. I think they're going to get Tucker Ross here for pass interference as he lit up Blake on that throw. Official's going to talk it over first. But man, once again, I mean, Javen had plenty of time. And then Anthony Prater came flying in at the last second, forced Javen to overthrow his receiver. We're having a long conversation here about what they want to do here. Maybe determining whether or not the hit was late or if the ball was tipped, or a lot of times they end up picking this up. Well, they are going to say pass interference on Hamilton. Well, that will help the Dragons out a great deal. That'll be a first down. It'll move the ball from the 30 up to the 45-yard line. So the thing, too. We've seen that. This level, at times just putting that ball in the air puts you in a good position. Pick up the penalty, even if you don't complete the pass. Low snap here to Javen Noyes. Pressure pushed back, pocket pushed back. He's going to fire it to his left and out of bounds. Javen was just throwing that one away, and we've got a flag down in the Mid-Buchanan backfield. Andrew Rich signaling that it's against the Dragons, and the way that defensive line was pushing Mid-Buchanan back, you would think probably a hold on the Dragons here. If it is, it'll be 2nd and 20. It is against the Dragons. Because of where the hold was, it's going to really back them up. Man. The ball was at the 45. Oh, it's a block below the knees. Block below the waist. Now the ball spotted all the way back at the 23-yard line. So essentially a 22-yard loss on that holding penalty. And we'll still be first down, but it's 1st and 32 here for Mid-Buchanan from their own 23. Noyes takes the snap, rolls to his right, looking, has Blake Hunter wide open at the 35. Here goes Blake, makes one man miss and gets it close to the 50. They're going to spot him, mark him down at the 48. So that's a 25-yard pass play from Javen Noyes to Blake Hunter. Hunter, his second reception of the game. Dragons want to go up tempo. Another low snap. Noyes rolling to his left, looking that way. Fires across his body. Got Lane Ellison wide open at the 25. Can't get past Corbin Henderson, who drags him down. But still, the Dragons inside the red zone here. Coach Fritz said they were going to air it out before this drive, and they have. They have not handed the ball off yet on this drive. Nothing but pass plays. It was 1st and 32 2 plays ago, and now the Dragons have it in the red zone. Noyes going to keep it himself. Got room to the left. Gets a great block from TJ Runyon and going to run out of bounds just inside the 25. Or excuse me, just inside the 15 down at the 14-yard line. It'll be 2nd and 6 there for Mid-Buchanan. First play on that drive, the Javen Noyes didn't air it out. And just as they did the first time Hamilton scored, Mid-Buchanan looking to answer here. Hornets lead it 14-7. Noyes looking to his left towards Caden Bailey, and Bailey comes down with the catch. What a catch by Caden Bailey. He was covered like a blanket over there by Lawson Park. Park had tremendous coverage, but Javen Noyes put that ball where only Caden Bailey could come down with it. And now Leighton Starks will come on to try to tie this ball game up. Boy, the Dragons showed their explosiveness there on that drive. Started at the 20, so it'll go as an 80-yard scoring drive, but they got backed up a couple times, and this PAT is going to be blocked. It is blocked. The timing was not there, and Hamilton got through the line, and that ball barely even got off the ground. So Hamilton leads 14-13 here, 1:08 to go in the first half. For Starks on the season, he's not missed many PATs of late. He did come into the game 65 of 73 overall, but most of those misses came early. And we've got the score bug figured out, Jimmy. We've got it figured out. Now Lane Ellison set to kick off here. Dragons trail in this one with just 1:08 to go before half. This would be the first time this season that they've trailed at halftime if they can't find a way to get back up with 1:68 to go here. Ellison, another short kick, Going to be fielded about the 40-yard line by Clay Finch. And the Hamilton drive will start at their own 41-yard line. Hornets lead it 14-13, 1:07 to go before halftime. We have seen a lot of Sawyer Morrow and Tucker Ross in this ballgame. Corbin Henderson did score the second touchdown. Ross scored the first. They brought Henderson in for 2 straight carries to end that last scoring drive. Henderson got the touchdown, his 4th of the year. Ross going to keep this one, looking to go to the right end. Streaking in to make the tackle is Cage Burns. Burns has had himself a ball game here. He's been involved in seemingly just about every tackle. They will give Tucker Ross a gain of 1 on the play. It'll be 2nd and 9. They've got the marker moved ahead of the sticks, but the spot is still the 41, so no gain on the play. Give DeMorrow here around the left, and he'll be tackled right there, dead in his tracks. No gain again. Creed Webster and Cage Burns in. And Morrow a little slow to get up and kind of grabbing the back of his neck. At first I thought it was just his face mask, but he is kind of grabbing at the back of his neck. Seconds ticking down here on the first half, and I don't think Hamilton's going to even attempt to run another play here in the half. They will not. We have got a good one here in Hamilton, Missouri. Halftime in this Class 1 state quarterfinal matchup. The Hamilton Hornets lead Mid-Buchanan 14-13 on the Mid-Buchanan Sports Network. We will step away for halftime and come back for you with the second half. You're watching on the Mid-Buchanan Dragons Sports Network. We are set to go with the second half here in Hamilton, Missouri, as number 1 Mid-Buchanan trails the Hamilton Hornets 14-13 in this quarterfinal game. First halftime deficit of the season for this Mid-Buchanan football team. And not too much different than how things happened a couple years ago. Actually, as last season, Mid-Buck beat Hamilton 35-0 here in Hamilton in the regular season. That was a game that was shortened because of the weather. But then when these two faced off in the district championship game last year, Mid-Buchanan squeaked that one out with a 20-14 win to get themselves into the quarterfinals. But Hamilton has made adjustments from that regular season game that was all Mid-Buchanan, 63-6 back in the beginning of October. It's 14-13 here as Lane Ellison is set to kick off to open the second half here. Ellison kick it high, end over end. It's going to be taken by Corbin Henderson. No, he didn't get it. Now he's got to chase it back and pick it up at the 5-yard line. And right there to get him are Butch Walters and Creed Webster. Well, Hamilton will have to start this own drive at their 10-yard line. Boy, Corbin Henderson, maybe the wind altered that kick just a little bit. Thought he was going to be able to field it and have some room to run, but could not field it cleanly. It got behind him, and he's tackled at the 10-yard line, and that's where Hamilton will start with the football. 11:57 here to go. Our first play of the second half. Tucker Ross going to take the snap, keep it himself, and he's tackled right away. Flying in there was Rollins Brandt to tackle Tucker Ross for a 1-yard loss. This Dragon defense comes out fired up in the second half. Rollins came screaming through there, pulled down Tucker Ross for a loss on the play. Well, second down and 11 here. Delayed handoff. No, Ross going to keep it himself. He's met by a host of Dragons. Just got it up, I think. A gain of about 2. It's going to be 3rd and 9 here from the 11-yard line. This Dragon defense clearly made some big-time adjustments in the locker room at halftime. Ross looks down at his wristband for the play, and Hamilton clearly doing something they're not used to here. They're confused here getting into their formation. Ross going to keep it himself. He stumbled, nowhere to go. Boy, it looked like a busted play from the get-go, and Tucker Ross just had nowhere to go. This Mid-Buchanan defense fired up as they force a 3-and-out on Hamilton's opening possession. Just a gain of a yard there as it's 4th and 8 from the 12-yard line for Hamilton. Sawyer Morrow in punt formation. Caden Anderson back deep for Mid-Buchanan. He awaits the punt at midfield. High snap taken by Morrow. Butch Walters gives Jason a bad punt. A wobbly punt off the side of his foot. Mid-Buchanan is going to take over at the Hamilton 36-yard line. So Hamilton entered this second half with all the momentum, but it's been Mid-Buchanan early here in the third quarter that's came out firing. 3 receivers to Javen Noyes left, 2 to his right. No tight ends. Chilly, windy day. TJ Runyon will go in motion to the left. Low snap. Noyes comes up firing quick to Caden Bailey. Bailey makes the man miss. Down the right side, he'll be pushed down by Sawyer Morrow at the 19-yard line. So they quickly pick up a first down here. So we saw the passing offense going well. Let's set up the second Mid-Buchanan score in this game. And now Noyes bobbles the snap, picks it up, flush to his right, going to throw it up for Bailey, but too high. There is a flag deep back in the backfield. Remember that last Mid-Buchanan scoring drive in the second quarter, they had a holding penalty deep in the backfield, and that's what this one's going to be as well. It ended up being about a 23-yard penalty that last time around. This one's going to back him up quite a bit as well. The line of scrimmage was the 19-yard line, but the flag was thrown at about the 30. So now they're going to be backed all the way back up to the 38-yard line. The first down marker is at the 10. Noyes with Runyon in the backfield, running to his right. He's sacked again. Tucker Ross brings down Javen Noyes for a sack all the way back to the 49-yard line, an 11-yard loss on the play. And now it's going to be second and forever for Mid-Buchanan. Boy, things were looking good there for just a second. Now the holding penalty and then the sack. Kind of the same thing that happened on what ended up being a scoring drive for Mid-Buchanan in the second quarter, though. So they're at the 49. They got to get it to the 10 for a first down. Noyes looking deep for Caden Bailey. He had no chance. Bailey wanted the penalty there. Lawson Park had good coverage on Bailey, had him tied up. He couldn't get down to that football. And it's going to be 3rd and 39 from Mid-Buchanan, from the Hamilton 49-yard line here. Not a lot of them you got in the playbook for 3rd and 39. Hamilton showing blitz. Now they will bring a man as Noyes flushed his left. He's just going to keep it himself. Gets around a couple of guys, gets to the sideline inside the 40, and now a flag late. There was a late flag as I believe they hit Javen Noyes when he was out of bounds, and this could be huge. Noyes needed 39. He got 9, but a late flag thrown as Javen Noyes was going out of bounds. The official's going to talk this one over, but unless they're going to say it was something that the Mid-Buchanan bench did over there, this is for sure, and it definitely is on Hamilton as they're starting to step it off. Personal foul against the Hornets. Man, that is a killer for Hamilton there, as it was about to be 4th and 30 for Mid-Buchanan. And now it will be 4th and, let's see, they spot the ball at the 25, so a much more manageable 4th and 15, if you will, from their 25, or from the Hamilton 25, than the 4th and 30 they were going to have without the penalty. Runyon in the backfield with Javen Noyes. Rollins Brandt goes in motion. Low snap for Noyes. He's got time initially. Finds Caden Bailey for the 25-yard touchdown pass. On 4th and 15, Noyes hooks up with Caden Bailey for his second touchdown reception of the game, and Mid-Buchanan has their first lead of the game. What a play. Boy, a penalty and a sack had Mid-Buchanan backed all the way up back to midfield. They were going to be faced with a 4th and 30 were it not for a penalty. And now they're back on top, 19-14. Dragons will go for 2. Hand off to TJ Runyon. Tucker Ross in there along with Nixdorf, and there's nowhere for TJ to go. They will not convert the 2-point conversion, but the Dragons jump on top for the first time in this quarterfinal. 9:11 to go, third quarter. Mid-Buchanan 19, Hamilton 14. Back in Hamilton, once again thank our sponsors on the Mid-Buchanan Dragon Sports Network: Wheeler's Drywall, Ellison Oxford Architects, Farmers Insurance Agent Christy Anderson, Jay's Convenience Store Agency Concrete Construction, and Shelter Insurance Agent John Anderson. Mid-Buchanan takes their first drive of the second half, and they punch it in. Faced plenty of adversity on that drive, as at one point they had a, what was it, Jimmy, 3rd and 39. they somehow, with the help of a penalty, they end up getting a touchdown, and they lead 19-14 as Ellison's kick's going to be taken by Corbin Henderson at the 10-yard line. Henderson's got room to run. Look out, there he goes, but Lane Ellison there to stick him at the 35, and that's where Penney will take over. Henderson makes up for the mishap. He wasn't able to field the second half kickoff very well, but he gets that one and takes it for about a 25-yard return up to the 35-yard line, and that's where Hamilton will take over, trailing for the first time in this ball game, 19-14. Tucker Ross looks at that wristband for the play. Going to be a handoff to Morrow. Finds a seam through the left. Makes it cut outside. And here goes Sawyer Morrow down the sideline. Can Runyon catch him? TJ misses him. And there goes Sawyer Morrow. A 65-yard touchdown run on the first play of that drive for Hamilton. And just like that, they take the lead back 20-19. We have got ourselves a ball game here in Hamilton. Morrow had just a little seam between the guard and the tackle, squeezed through there, then cut to the outside. Down the sideline he went. Now he's on for the PAT. He'll try to put Hamilton on top 21-19. Morrow had the only touchdown. This is not a great-looking PAT, but he squeaks it just inside the right upright, and Hamilton leads 21-19. Morrow, his first score of this football game. He had the only touchdown when these two teams met back in October. The other touchdowns in this game for Hamilton have been Tucker Ross and Corbin Henderson, but Morrow runs it in for a 65-yard touchdown run. Hamilton leads 21-19. And Morrow set to kick off here for Hamilton. He does it all. The punter, the kicker, and about 75% of their offense this season. As you saw it there on that long touchdown run. Morrow going to send this one high, end over end. It'll be taken by Xavier Rumble at the 15. Gets around a block from Butch Walters, and he will be flung down by Nate Wyckoff at about the, let's see, they're going to spot him at the 36 or the 37. One or the other. So a good return there from Arumbula. I tell you that one thing about that touchdown carry by Hamilton, man, Mid-Buchanan came out of the locker room at halftime. They were fired up. They got the 3 and out on Hamilton's first possession, then went down and scored. And they were hyped, but they are much more relaxed now, this Mid-Buchanan team, as they'll take over from their own 37-yard line, trailing 21-19. And they were anxious to get that play going. Call from is a false start on the Dragons, so we will do it over. 1st and 10, step them off 5 yards back to the 32. Tell you, penalties, negative plays, really hurting the Dragons in this football game offensively. I think they just have one defensive penalty, but several on offense that have hurt quite a bit. Runyon gets the give, got a little room up front. He will get it across the 35 to the 36-yard line. So a 4-yard carry there for TJ. It'll be 2nd and 11. And it is getting chilly on the top of this press box in Hamilton. I'm not sure I was ready for it. Noise with the man in his face. Fires downfield for Blake Hunter. Did he come down with the catch? He did. Blake Hunter went over Tucker Ross and mossed him. What a catch by Blake Hunter. They're going to spot him down at the 37-yard line. Another huge pass play from Javen Noyes to Blake Hunter. Blake Hunter having himself a heck of a ball game. Now Noyes going to keep it himself. Go up the middle off the lead block from TJ Runyon. He's going to pick up probably just about a yard. Be 2nd and 9. Noyes has been busy in this ball game. Had a lot of carries in the first half. That last drive that Mid-Buchanan had the football in the second half, they started throwing it, have stuck with that. Noyes going to throw it again here on 2nd down. Looking to fire it deep. He's got Lane Ellison open at the goal line. Did Lane come down with the catch? We're waiting for the call, and now, yes, they say he caught the football. He fell into the end zone, but he was out of bounds. But they're going to spot Lane Ellison down. We'll see officially where the spot was. They were at the 36. They're going to put it down. They're going to put it on the 1 or the 2? Yeah. Try the 3. Well, a 33-yard pass. From Javen Noyes to Lane Ellison. They're going to give it to Brandt. Brandt's got plenty of room, and he punches it in for the touchdown. Rollins Brandt, the 3-yard touchdown run. And all of a sudden we've got ourselves a shootout as things cool down and the wind picks up here in Hamilton. A 3-yard touchdown carry from Rollins Brandt there. Oh. They convert the 2-point conversion. So they fooled all of us there with the 2-point conversion. Either way, Mid-Buchanan jumps back on top, 27-21. A quick scoring drive there. Ellison going to angle this one off to the left a little bit. It'll be taken by one of the up men, Andrew Rich, and he's tackled quickly. Butch Walters, along with John Robinson in there on the stop. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Just a 6-play scoring drive for Mid-Buchanan there to answer and go back on top. They lead 27-21, 6:55 to go in the third quarter. Hamilton will take over. They needed just one play on that last drive as they got a 65-yard touchdown run from Sawyer Morrow. Ross going to keep this one himself. Got a little bit of room to the left side. Tackled by a gang of Dragons there. Caden Bailey in. Blake Hunter in there as well as Butch Walters. Going to spot the ball at the 37-yard line. So it'll be a 6-yard carry for Tucker Ross. 2nd and 4 for the Hornets. Playoff football between a couple of rivals here. Ross going to give to Morrow this time. Nowhere to go over on the right side. He's going to be stuffed for a 1-yard loss. Creed Webster in there again. One-yard loss, and Hamilton facing a 3rd and 5 here. Things not nearly as easy as they were on Hamilton's last drive, a one-play scoring drive. 3rd and 5 from the 36. Ross going to keep it himself, go towards the left, and he'll be tackled by TJ Runyon. Blake Hunter in there as well, but it'll be a first down for the Hornets. Ross got it across the 40 up to the 43. So needed 5, he got 7. First down for the Hornets. Those holes on the inside particularly that were there for the Hornets in the first half, not there so far early here in the second half. This Dragon defense has adjusted very well. Morrow with the football here, had a little bit of a hole, spins inside. Going to be stopped at the 48-yard line. A 5-yard carry on first down. Be 2nd and 5 for Penney. Defensive line right now for Mid-Buchanan. Got Creed Webster, Wade Stanton, John Robinson, Butch Walters, and Lane Ellison, your ends. Ross going to keep it himself. Man, John Robinson got great penetration there, but fell down. Either way, Tucker Ross is going to be stopped for just a 2-yard carry. Stanton in there, along with Webster and Burns. A 2-yard carry there. It'll be 3rd and 3 for Hamilton right at the 50. Hornets have not attempted a pass in this football game. They have kept it on the ground. It's been all Tucker Ross, Sawyer Morrow, and just 2 carries for Corbin Henderson. Ross going to keep this one himself, trying to get around the outside. Lane Ellison tackles him and stops him. I think he's going to be about a yard short. Yep, Lane stops him just a yard short of the first down. I think they are going to bring out the chains and measure. Looking across, the sticks are on the far sideline, and the sticks are just a little bit past the 47 towards the 48, but this football is actually inside the 48, so I think this is going to be about a yard short. Bring the chains out anyways. Just to be sure, they're going to stretch him out. Yeah, he's about a yard short. You can hear the Mid-Buchanan coaching staff from across the field there trying to fire up this defense as they'll now use the chains to spot that ball on the near hash. We're going to say it's at the 48. They need to get the nose of the football to the 47 to pick up a first down. Hamilton going for it here, 4th and 1. And hear the Dragon fans stomping on the bleachers down below us. Ross going to keep it. He's got plenty of room. He's got the first down and more. Here he goes. Uses the umpire as a pick. He's into the secondary. Gets past Javen Noyes. Blake Hunter tries to drag him down from behind. Tucker Ross needed 1 yard, and he got a whole lot more than that. He gets it down to the 10-yard line, a 38-yard run on 4th and 1 for Hamilton. And he was just trying to get that 1 yard, pick up the first down, but that Hamilton offensive line did a tremendous job. Tucker Ross gets a 38-yard carry on 4th and 1. And first down here from the 10. Hamilton trying to go back on top. Give is to Sawyer Morrow. He's got nowhere to go. Lane Ellison is there to push him back to the they're actually going to give him forward progress to the 12, so just a 2-yard, to the 17, so it's a 17-yard loss. Or 7. It's cold, give me a break. So 2nd and goal here for Penney from their 17-yard line. Lane Ellison with a 7-yard tackle for loss there on Sawyer Morrow. Ross going to keep it here himself, but nowhere to go. Creed Webster gets in there first. Rollins Brandt helped out, as well as Butch Walters. I say no gain. So now 3rd and goal from the 17. This Dragon defense looking much, much better in the second half. They did give up the long touchdown run, but other than that, they're making Hamilton fight for every yard. Ross takes the snap, going to fake a handoff. They're going to try to pass it. Pressure coming, and nobody there. Pass is incomplete. TJ Runyon and Chase Davidson were right in Tucker Ross's face. He had nowhere to go with the football, just throws it away. There's no way he could have seen where he was throwing that football. And very fortunate that it wasn't intercepted. So it'll be 4th and goal now from the 17-yard line. Hamilton on the season has attempted 1 field goal. 1. They made it with Sawyer Morrow. They're going to go for it here. 4th and goal from the 17. And we've got a penalty flag thrown. Came from the back judge. And it will be on the Hornets. So we'll back them up even more. So now they're going to have 4th and goal. From where are they at, Jimmy? The 22? We'll call it the 22. That would be 5 yards from where they were, so that would make sense. Here we go. Hamilton, Mid-Buchanan defense looking for a stop. 4th and goal from Hamilton's 22-yard line. Ross takes the snap, looking to his right. Got a man open, Andrew Rich, but he threw it behind him. He threw it low. It's incomplete. Mid-Buchanan takes over on downs. Well, Hamilton, their first 2 pass attempts in this ball game, they came into the game, they'd attempted just 92 passes on the season and had attempted none so far up until this point, and they're 0 for 2 here. Mid-Buchanan will take over 1st and 10 at the Hamilton 22. This Dragon offense is starting to roll, leading 27-21, 1:14 to go in the 3rd quarter. Noy's going to hand off to Runyon. He's got room up the middle. Here goes TJ looking for a block. He gets through a tackle. Here goes TJ Runyon across midfield, across down to the Hamilton 40-yard line. A huge run from TJ Runyon. Noyes keeping it from his 40, looking for a seam, nowhere to go, and he'll be stopped for no gain. A 48-yard run from TJ Runyon on the first play of this drive. Now it's 2nd and 10 from the 40. Under 35 seconds to go here in the third quarter. Mid-Buchanan taking their time to get this play in. Runyon in the backfield along with Noyes. Got Lane Ellison split to the left there. Give is to Runyon. Patient run. Now he's got room up the middle. Runs through one tackler. Corbin Henderson drags him down inside the 25. They're going to spot the ball down at the 23. It's a 17-yard carry for TJ. 5 seconds to go in the quarter. Pitch it to Lane Ellison. Here goes Ellison. He's got room on the sideline. Runs through a tackle, but Henderson got just enough of him to get Lane Ellison out of bounds, and that will be the final play from the third quarter. Mid-Buchanan has got it going. They lead Hamilton 27-21 here on the Mid-Buchanan Dragon Sports Network. It has been back and forth in this Class 1 quarterfinal from Hamilton, Missouri, as Mid-Buchanan taking on the Hamilton Hornets. But Mid-Buck with a good chance right now to take the first two-score lead of this ball game. Neither team has ever led by more than one score so far in this game. Dragons leading 27-21 here. They've got it 1st and 10 from the Hamilton 14. They've got this offense rolling now. Noyes going to keep it himself. Got room up the middle. Here goes Javen Noyes pushing, driving the ball down to the 3-yard line. A 9-yard carry there for Javen Noyes. It'll be 1st and goal for Mid-Buchanan from the 3. Noyes going to keep it himself, driving forward into the end zone. Touchdown, Javen Noyes. Touchdown, Mid-Buchanan. A 3-yard touchdown carry for Javen Noyes on 1st and goal. And Mid-Buchanan leads 33-21. They will go for 2 again. They converted the 2-point conversion after their last touchdown. They'll go heavy here with 3 lead blockers. Boy, it looked like Lane Ellison jumped. Yeah, I think he did. And call false start here on Mid-Buchanan, so make this 2-point try a little bit trickier. Maybe open the playbook up a little bit more, but they went with that formation where they put Cage Burns into the backfield. Had Lane Ellison in the backfield as a lead blocker as well, but Lane came up out of his stance just a little early. So now the Dragons will have to get 8 yards to convert this 2-point try, and now it'll just be Noyes and Runyon in the backfield. Javen looking to his right. He's got Caden Bailey just a little too high for Caden, so they don't get the 2-point conversion there. But Mid-Buchanan takes a 2-score lead. They lead this one 33-21 with 11:42 to go in the ball game. We'll be right back. Back in Hamilton, where Mid-Buchanan has just taken a 33-21 lead over Hamilton. Hamilton has given the Dragons all they can handle here in this one so far, but you got to wonder what the two-score lead is. Jared Potts takes this kickoff and tries to get around Caden Anderson, but Caden will drive him out of bounds. You have to wonder, playing the style that Hamilton plays, you can get a couple score lead on them. You really put them at a disadvantage. Mid-Buchanan leads 33-21 here. Hamilton will take over their own 36-yard line. They turned it over on downs to Mid-Buchanan on their last drive. That set up another Mid-Buck scoring drive, as the Dragons have scored on every possession they've had here in the second half. The handoff to Sawyer Morrow. No running room again. Chase Davidson's in there. Lane Ellison is in there. And it's another tackle for loss. They stop Morrow at the 35. I tell you, boy, Sawyer Morrow had all the room in the world to run in the first half, but this Dragon defense has really stepped up in the second half. Other than his long touchdown run, Morrow hasn't had much. Tucker Ross here had a hole initially, but Wade Stanton, along with Cage Burns, Creed Webster in there, closes up pretty quick. Going to spot the ball at the 38-yard line, a gain of 3. So it's going to be 3rd and 8 for Hamilton. Mid-Buchanan looking to get that football right back. Ross keeping himself, had a seat closed up again. Davidson and Burns in there again. Cage Burns has had a tremendous football game. Just 1 yard on the carry by Tucker Ross. It's 4th and 7, and Hamilton's going to send the punt unit on. Sawyer Morrow back there. The Dragons don't have anybody deep. I think maybe they're going to come after this one. You hear Coach Fritz saying, "Do not move, don't be offsides." Morrow gets this one away. Much better kick than his last one. It's going to go out of bounds right around the 15-yard line. And they will spot it just exactly at the 15. No, excuse me, they're going to put it at the 14. Well, that's where Mid-Buck will take over. This offense is clicking now. They've gotten away from the run game a little bit. Started to air it out some, and it has worked against this Hamilton defense. The offensive line has given Javen Noyes the time he needs. And he's been finding open receivers. Just TJ Runyon in the backfield alongside Noyes. Has got 3 receivers left. And now Rollins Brandt will go in motion to the right. Noyes going to keep it nothing there. A hole initially, but it closed up quick. Tucker Ross in there, along with Anthony Prater. It's actually a loss of 2. Second and 11 here for Mid-Buchanan. And toss it ahead to Rollins Brandt. He's got room if he gets around Corbin Henderson, but he doesn't. Boy, a great open field tackle there by Corbin Henderson. Boy, that is the play that has been huge for this Dragon offense all year. Rollins Brandt able to just pick up a modest 2-yard gain on that. It'll be 3rd and 9 for Mid-Buchanan from the 15. Fantastic open field tackle by Henderson. We have seen that play go for 6 most times this season. Not that time. Noyes looking to his left. Got Ellison open. Gonna fire. He finds Rollins Brandt. Sliding. He makes the catch at the 35-yard line. Boy, when Noyes let that football go, I didn't know where he was going with it, but he had Rollins Brandt streaking across the field here. Rollins had to go a long ways to get to it, and Rollins Brandt catches the pass and slides down at the 34-yard line. A gain of 19 on 3rd and 9. And there's that experience factor for Javen Noyes playing in again, as he knew where his wide receiver would be. No backs in the backfield. Noyes quick throw. That's to Caden Bailey. Bailey gets out of bounds at the 38-yard line, a gain of 4. 2nd and 6 for Mid-Buchanan. This Dragon offense has been rolling in the second half. Held to just 13 points in the first half. Their lowest output this season. Empty backfield, 4 receivers right. Noyes going to keep it himself. Wow, what a great job there by Anthony Prater. He was one-on-one and beat his man to bring Javen Noyes down. If he does not make that tackle, Noyes is still running. It will be 3rd and 7. It was a 1-yard loss back to the 37. Last 3rd down went for 19 yards. Noyes rolling right. He's got a man. It's Blake Hunter. He's got the first down. Corbin Henderson will bring him down at the 49-yard line, but not before the Dragons can convert another 3rd down, this time a 13-yard pass from Javen Noyes. I tell you, Noyes has so much more time in the second half. Quick throw to Blake Hunt. Blake dives for it. Can't come down with it. And that's that throw that, for whatever reason, has plagued Javen all season long. We see him make some tremendous throws downfield, but that quick throw out there sometimes isn't quite there. 2nd and 10 from their 49. Hand off to TJ Runyon, his first carry of the second half. TJ stiff arms the man, gets it across the 50. I'm going to spot him out of bounds at the 48, a 3-yard carry. 3rd and 7 for Mid-Buchanan. See if the Dragons can do it again on 3rd down here. Noyes rolling to his right, has time, fires, got Blake Hunter open. Corbin Henderson tackles him immediately, out of bounds, but not before Blake Hunter can pick up another first down. This one down to the 30. It's an 18-yard pass play. They needed 7, got 18. 1st and 10 Dragons at the Hamilton 30. These Mid-Buchanan receivers are open pretty much every time, and now they're looking at Blake Hunter over there on the sideline as Caden Anderson will check in for Blake. Anderson lined up in the slot, left side. Javen Noyes takes the snap, gives off to TJ Runyon. TJ's got a hole up the middle. Here goes TJ, dragging Corbin Henderson inside the 5-yard line, and down to the 3 goes TJ Runyon. A 27-yard carry for TJ Runyon on first down. Mid-Buck going to up-tempo here. Actually, they're gonna say he's at the 4. Well, 1st and goal from the 4. Give it to Runyon again, looking for room, driving ahead, touchdown, TJ Runyon. Runyon takes it in from 4 yards out, and Mid-Buchanan takes a 40-21 lead. 39, excuse me, math. Man, on that drive, the Dragons converted 1, 2, 3 third downs, and they'll go for 2 here again. got a 2-point conversion 2 touchdowns ago, but were stopped short their last try after a false start penalty. Kind of derailed what they wanted to do. Empty backfield. Noyes takes the snap, looks to his right, throws it high for Caden Bailey, and it's almost picked off. Bailey does a good job of knocking it away from Lawson Park, but either way, no 2-point conversion there for the Dragons. But they lead Hamilton with 6:52 to go in the football game, 39-21. You're watching the Dragons on the Mid-Buchanan Sports Network. Wayne Ellison places the ball on the tee. His Dragons lead Hamilton here 39-21. Dragons were down 14-13 at the half, but they have owned the second half so far. A really short kick, going to be taken by, I think that might have been Nate Wyckoff. They caught that? No, it wasn't. It was Clay Finch. He's tackled immediately at the 47-yard line. That's where Hamilton will take over. But this Dragon offense and this Dragon defense both have looked much more like the Mid-Buchanan football team we've been used to seeing all season long here in the second half, as they've scored 26 points and allowed just one Hamilton touchdown. It was a 75-yard score by Sawyer Morrow, but other than that, Hamilton not much going offensively. Tucker Ross going to keep this himself. He's got room. He's got a big hole. Cuts it all the way across the field. He's running laterally, but Tucker Ross going to be dragged down eventually by Caden Bailey at the 32-yard line. Oh, a big play for Tucker Ross there on first down. 21-yard carry for Ross, the quarterback for Hamilton, on 1st and 10. From the 32, Ross gives it to Morrow, and he's tackled immediately. And on that stop was Creed Webster. And after the long touchdown carry, it's mainly been tackles for loss on Sawyer Morrow. That one a 1-yard loss. 2nd 11 from the 33. Ross the snap, looking to his left. He's got a man open right down the seam. Man, Jared Potts was wide open, and Ross threw it way ahead of him. It's incomplete, and it'll be 3rd and 11 for Hamilton. Ross has attempted just 3 passes in this game, all in the second half, all incomplete. None have really been close. One of them was a throwaway, but he had Jared Potts open there and threw the ball well in front of him. Potts maybe could have dove for it and caught it, but incomplete. 3rd and 11. Ross keeping this one, and he's met right away. Chase Davidson in there, Cage Burns in there, Rollins Brandt in there. I think they're just going to give him a 1-yard carry. Down to the 32-yard line. This will be 4th and 10 for Hamilton here. Ross had a big carry on the last drive on a 3rd down play. See if he can do it for his team here again. 4th and 10. Ross looking to pass. Now he's going to tuck and run it. He's caught from behind. Rollins Brandt chased him down from behind and stops him for a loss at the 34-yard line. Boy, Ross was taking his time looking for blocks and didn't know he had Rollins Brandt chasing him down from behind. A 2-yard Tackle for loss by Rollins Brandt, and Mid-Buchanan stops Hamilton on downs once again. Dragons will take over 1st and 10 at the Hamilton 34, 5:15 to go in this quarterfinal. Joel Kiger snaps it to Javen Noyes. Behind TJ Runyon, he runs, and Noyes squeaks out there. Boy, he looked to be stopped for no gain, but he somehow kind of squirted across there to the right and gets the ball to the 39, so a 5-yard pickup by Javen Noyes on 1st down. Hamilton's going to call timeout, and we'll take it with them. We'll be right back. 5:06 to go in this quarterfinal. Mid-Buchanan 5 minutes away from making their 3rd consecutive trip to the Missouri Class 1 semifinals. They lead Hamilton here 39-21. They've got a 2nd and 5 from the 39-yard line. Javen Noyes going to keep it himself. Gets a good block from TJ Runyon. And be drugged down from behind. Got across the 40, but did not get enough for the 1st down. So he'll have a 3rd and 1 from the 43. Needed 5 to get the 1st down, got 4. Hamilton's going to call another timeout here. They're 2nd, so now they just have 1 timeout left. They're down by 18 with 5 minutes to go in the game. Again, they jumped out. If you're joining us late, Hamilton jumped out to a 7-0 lead. Mid-Buchanan answered, tied it up 7-7. Then Hamilton scored again to go up 14-7. Mid-Buck scored, but the extra point was blocked, and that was our halftime score. Was Hamilton 14, Mid-Buchanan 13. But the second half has been a completely different ball game. It's been pretty much all Dragons. Just 1 touchdown for Hamilton. The Mid-Buck leads this one 39-21, facing a 3rd and 1 here. Noyes was ready to take the snap, but pauses and looks over to the sideline as they maybe adjust the play call. Now he claps his hands, takes the snap, quick pass to Blake Hunter. Blake Hunter has a 1st down again, a little bit more, slips through a tackle, and gets into Hamilton territory at the 46. There'll be a 7-yard gain on 3rd and 1. And Blake Hunter has become Mr. 3rd down receiver for this Mid-Buchanan offense here today. Dragons taking their time a little bit more here as we're under 5 to go. Dragons lead it by 18. Winner of this game will host a semifinal next weekend against either Marceline or Adrian. Always takes the snap, keeps himself. He's got room to the right, gets a block from Blake Hunter, dives inside, and gets across. I think they're going to give him about 11, maybe 12 on the carry. A 1st down for Javen Noyes. We're going to spot that one at the 34, so it was a carry of 12 yards for Javen. Mid-Buchanan taking their time now. Boy, they use that tempo in the 3rd quarter and early in the 4th, but now slowing things down as they lead by 18. Snap to Noyes. Noyes will keep it himself. Be drugged down for about a 1-yard carry. Fisher Nixdorf on the tackle. And Hamilton takes their last timeout of this ball game with 3:56 to go. Ball spotted at the 33, so it'll be 2nd and 9 for the Dragons. 26 points in the second half for this Mid-Buchanan offense. They had their struggles in the first half. This Hamilton defense did a tremendous job. Dragons mainly trying to keep it in the ground, but right after Hamilton took a 14-7 lead, we could hear Coach Fritz across the field screaming that, well, he wasn't even screaming. We can just hear him that well from over here. But he said, we're going to air it out here. We are airing it out. And they threw the ball pretty much all the way down the field. Got a great touchdown catch by Caden Bailey to make it 14-13. PAT failed. That was the halftime score, but they've mainly stayed through the air here in the second half, and it has worked very well. 2nd and 9, Mid-Buchanan from the Hamilton 33. Noyes keeping it himself again. Got room around the right. He's going to be drugged down from behind by his counterpart, Tucker Ross. Spot the ball down at the 27-yard line, a 6-yard carry for Javen Noyes. Going to be 3rd and 4. So after airing it out for much of the second half, the Dragons were able to take that 2-score lead and then eventually got another one. They have drastically slowed the pace of this game down. They lead by 18, 3 minutes to go. Hamilton, it shows that they have one timeout left, but I don't think they have. They've used all 3, and Mid-Buchanan will take a timeout here. We'll take it with them. 3:09 to go in this ball game on the Mid-Buchanan Dragons Sports Network. Well, the Dragons break the huddle on the sideline, and we're ready for action here again. It'll be 4th and 7 from the Hamilton 27. Mid-Buck trying to keep this drive alive. They've scored on all 4 possessions of the second half so far. Javen Noyes keeps it, gets around the right side. He's got a first down and more as he goes down there, drugged down by Lawson Park and Tucker Ross at the 16-yard line. It's a gain of 11 on 3rd and 4. So Mid-Buck looking to go 5-5 potentially, or 5-4-5 here potentially. Scoring on all 5 drives in the second half. I'm sure they would be content with just running the clock out here. 1st and 10 from the 16. Blake Hunter will be the only receiver to the left. Rollins Brandt is wide right, too tight. TJ Runyon in the backfield. Noyes keeping it himself. Shifts left, bounces left again. Gets it inside the 10. Down to the 8-yard line. 8-yard carry for Javen Noyes on first down. The Dragons again will take their time as we're at 2:15 to go in this ball game. Dragons looking to put an exclamation point on their 5th consecutive win against the Penney Hornets. From the 8, here's Noyes again, pushing into the end zone. Javen Noyes from 8 yards out will get Mid-Buchanan over the 40-point mark, as that offensive line was just not going to be denied on that touchdown run by Javen Noyes. Not sure Javen even got touched by a defender until he was into the end zone. Just got behind his offensive lineman, kept those feet churning. Here's Leighton Starks on for the PAT, and it is good. 46. Second half points for this Mid-Buchanan Dragon football team, and with 1:49 to go, they're getting ready for their third straight trip to the Class 1 semifinals. Lane Ellison will kick this one along the ground, going to be taken by Jared Potts at about the 32-yard line. Potts to his right, going to be swarmed by Butch Walters, John Robinson, and others. Mid-Buchanan has had the ball 5 times in this second half, and they have scored every time they've had it. A tremendous second half effort. A credit to Coach Fritz and his staff as well. The adjustments that they made at halftime, tremendous, as they were in a fight for their lives at halftime. And they came out firing in this second half. Allowed just one Hamilton touchdown on one play. Sawyer Morrow got room here. He's trying to get his second big touchdown run of the game as he's across midfield. Ball came out late, but they did say that Morrow was down. They'll mark him down at the Mid-Buchanan 47-yard line. And that's one of the big reasons that this Mid-Buchanan team has been able to do so well in the second half, is they have really limited Sawyer Morrow. A lot of his been tackled for a loss often in this second half after having a huge first half. Tucker Ross checking that wristband. Hand off to Sawyer Morrow, nowhere to go. Creed Webster there, along with Chase Davidson. And there is that tackle for loss. Actually, I think they're going to say he got back to the line of scrimmage. Under a minute to go here. It's Mid-Buchanan looking to move to 12-0. Looking to end Hamilton's season for the third straight season. Looking to make it to the Final Four. Hand off to Morrow. Got a little room to the left. Across the line of scrimmage. Picks up just a couple. Down to the 46. Cage Burns in there again. Cage has had a tremendous game defensively. Here the Dragon faithful here, hooting and hollering. They're excited. They will be home in the semifinals next week, as that will do it. That was our final play of the football game. Mid-Buchanan, for a third straight year, will play in the semifinals. They outlast Hamilton here to win this football game 46-21. Dragons move to 12-0 on the season, and they will be home next week against the winner of Marceline and Adrian. So again, this game, we'll kind of just recap things a little bit real quickly for you. We don't have stats for you today, but we can kind of rehash things a little bit. As Hamilton jumped out initially in this football game to a 7-0 lead. From there, Mid-Buchanan scored to make it 7-6, 7-7. Sorry, I'm looking at too many numbers here. Mid-Buchanan tied the ball game at 7-7. Hamilton scored again, made it 14-7. Then Mid-Buchanan started airing things out, changed their offense a lot, started throwing the football much more, drove it down, got a touchdown to Caden Bailey in the end zone. Great catch by Caden in the end zone to make it 14-13. Extra point attempt was blocked, so we went to halftime at 14-13. Then in the second half, we'll just kind of got those drives written down here. We'll rehash some of those for you. Hamilton got the second half kickoff, turned it over on downs. Mid-Buchanan took it down the field, got another touchdown to Caden Bailey. Then Hamilton answered with a 65-yard touchdown, and from there it was all Dragons. Dragons get the ball 5 times in the second half. They score all 5. They come back from down 7-0, from down 14-13, from down 21-19, and they win this football game 46-21 is our final here today. Dragons are going to the semis once again. The number 1 team in the state moves on to the Final Four. We thank you for joining us here today on the Mid-Buchanan Sports Network. Can't wait to see you again next Saturday. For James Taylor, I am Nick McCutcheon. Have a great afternoon.